Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. It has been a long day. Got up early this morning, had to drive down the country and take care of some business. Got it all done, but now I'm back here trying to get caught up. You know, as they say, no rest for the weary. There's a lot of things going on. Today is the first day of franchise tagging of players. And of course, right now we've been hearing that the Cowboys, of course, are believing that Dak Prescott's ankle is fine and that they want to get this deal done, hopefully before March 9th, which is the end of the franchise tag time. But worst comes to worst, they have until the 15th of July to get it done. I've kind of talked about this ad nauseum about how it would behoove them to get a deal done to save themselves some cap room to be able to make some moves and things in free agency. Now, before I get into all the stuff here, I want to handle some business. This came in the mail from Philip. And it came in, I think, on Saturday, and I forgot to bring it downstairs. And so I've got to actually open this up. He sent me a bunch of Sports Illustrated collectors magazines. And in fact, I put them in actually my corner Hall of Fame rack, I guess you could say, or I'm redoing my hallway over there, and it's going to be the Joe Boo Hallway of Fame from Philip Vance. Oh, okay, there we go. Philip Vance. He put a note in it. I bet he put a note in there last time, and I didn't notice it. Oh, there we go. Another one. The Men, the Myth, the Cowboys quarterback special issue. Thank you, Philip. Philip, I appreciate it, man. Philip, email me so I can thank you for what you've done for me, okay? Send me an email with your address and stuff on there so that way I can look out for a brother. Okay, second thing I got to take care of. Last night, our live stream, we had a lot of fun. My man, Stuart Morrison, has been dealing with some issues health-wise, and he was a little hangry last night. And he had gone after all of these trolls and ended up blocking them. Let me say this. I asked really nicely because I'm trying to explain to you. I know a lot of it just seems like it's fun and everything else. And Michael says, just ignore it. But when you have fans that just kind of come in and say, you know, it's killing, you know, my enjoyment of the show, then it becomes kind of a bother. And I know it's kind of cool because you see one guy acting like a fool that, oh, let me do that. Well, Bill Noggin, I hate to say, is past. He's gone. He's no longer with us. Bill Noggin sent me this message this morning. After some long thoughts, I've decided that I won't be trolling you anymore. Sorry for trolling you to begin with. I saw Richard Noggin and I thought what he was doing was funny. I realize what I'm doing is immature. Sorry for the stress or damage to your community that I have done. I'll be deleting my Bill Noggin account on here and in YouTube. I'm really a fan of your show and support you and will support you back on my personal account. Hopefully you will see this, and I'm sorry again. Let me say, you know what? I applaud that. Bill, or who, I'm not sure who you really are. I appreciate you doing that. And like I said, I like a good joke. You know, I troll Philly 500 and everything else in a friendship, but you know, it gets to be a point where it just gets to be monotonous. It really just does. And, you know, a lot of people don't necessarily come in for it. You know, I can't stop everybody. You know, Richard is like a professional troll, you know, and he just gets off on it. I don't understand how somebody's life gets to be the point where that's all you live for is just making others miserable. But hey, you know, whatever floats your boat. So I appreciate that. Whoever you really are, Bill Noggin, I appreciate it. I really do. So an interesting thing, as we talk about Dak Prescott, and I know a lot of you trolls out there say that Dak is garbage, Dak is trash, Dak's a bum. In fact, let me pull up something else in here because I got another email that was kind of interesting. Colin Cowturd. Well, I'll pull it up here. Let's put it up here. Got so many damn screens, I don't know where I'm putting it. Colin Cowturd has his list of top 6 quarterbacks. Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson. Okay. I guess it's hard to argue with that. Although Tom Brady does have a really good team around it, but okay, I'm okay with that. Josh Allen had an incredible year this past year. I won't deny that. A couple of years before that was kind of questionable. Deshaun Watson was 4-12 this year. Okay, all right, but it's hard to dispute that. And then his second tier of quarterbacks, he has Lamar Jackson, MVP, led his team to playoffs 2 years in a row. Then he has Justin Herbert, a rookie. He played pretty good, but he's still a rookie, still has a lot to prove. Derek Carr. Okay. All right. Jimmy Garoppolo. Matt Ryan. And then Kyler Murray. Well, at least he doesn't have Carson Wentz in there anymore. At least there's that. So he doesn't have Dak Prescott in his top 11 at all. That's interesting, but that pretty much fills his narrative because, of course, what am I doing? I'm talking about it because somebody emailed it to me. And, of course, hate is hate, and it's all good. But anyway, regardless of what we're talking about here, because I believe the Raiders are trying to replace Derek Carr. I believe San Francisco is trying to replace Jimmy Garoppolo. I believe the Falcons would probably like to move on from Matt Ryan because of his contract. But that's okay. That's okay. But he doesn't put Matthew Stafford in there, a team that they just changed. Oh, regardless, that's okay. It's okay. Interesting point here, and as I go back to the Dak Prescott situation, where it behooves the Cowboys to get Dak Prescott signed, as opposed to paying $31.7 million that we did this year, or a $37.8 million hit this year. It'd be better off to get him a deal where you pay him about 2022. And the reason you want to do that is you can restructure a contract too, or cut a player here or there, and you can be a player in free agency. Now, I'm always told, Mark, you're an idiot. You're not, credible. You don't know anything, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm okay being here, just speaking with you guys. If I happen to be right from time to time, great. If I'm not, well, it's not killing anybody's job. I talked about Carolina had released Tre Boston last week. And I said, this might be a guy that the Cowboys should consider, especially when you saw Pro Football Focus say that they expected Xavier Woods to get a 4-year, $26 million contract. I'm like, that's like $6.5 million a year. Really? So, to my surprise today, if I can get my mouse over here, let's see, which way do I go? Ah, there we go. Inside the Star popped up an article on it today. Free agent safety Tre Boston should be on the Cowboys' radar. You don't say. Wow. NFL free agency is right around the corner. The Dallas Cowboys be one of the most interesting teams to watch. They're still trying to find an anchor on the interior of the defensive line, another linebacker, or combat injuries at the position, as well as cornerback help with multiple. The safety position is another that the Cowboys need to address. which has been the case, it seems, forever. Yes. Last offseason, they attempted to fill the holes with a safety and veteran in Clinton Ha-Ha Dix. Unfortunately, he passed on the depth chart by Darian Thompson and eventually his second-year stud, Donovan Wilson, and emerged as Cowboys' top opposite, Xavier Woods. Woods set to be an unrestricted free agent. The Cowboys need to consider all options. Boston was released last week by the Carolina Panthers just 1 year into his $18 million extension that he signed last March. He had some struggles in coverage, but still had one of his best overall season. He registered a career-high 95 sacks, a fumble recovery with 2 and an interception, a forced fumble, and 4 pass defendants. And I think he had a sack, too, in there. So his contract, though, for this past year was only like $4.5 million. If you're talking about Xavier Woods for 6.5, you're talking about Boston was only 4.5. I might want to take a look at that because Xavier Woods was trash. Maybe it was the system, but that was trash. And if you actually are talking about an extension of like $26 million, no. Now, ultimately, if it's my team and my money, I would like to get Justin Simmons. But I could settle for Tre Boston to come in here and at least be an upgrade to what we had. So it's always nice to see others actually comment and write articles about things that I talked about, a week ago. It makes me actually feel like, maybe I am a little ahead of the curve on a few things. So shout out to Inside the Star, having a like mind like me. And with that being said, I'm going to go up here. I got me a gyro salad for tonight for dinner. And do I look any different so far? 2 weeks and 1 day into keto? Anything? No. Okay. Still look like a fat ass. Well, that's all good. All right. With that being said, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Bill Noggin, you're welcome, whoever you are, anytime. I'll see you soon.